Hello, my name is Michael Fehmel. I'm an attorney in Los Angeles, California. And the J. Reuben Clark Law Society has asked if I would relate to you a little bit about some pro bono service that I have provided. In thinking of pro bono service, I'm always reminded of President James Faust. I read his statement where he said that during the 20-year period where he served as a bishop and then later as a stake president, he also worked in a small law office. And he said that the thing that gave him the most joy was not representing large, soulless corporations with deep pockets, but rather when he could provide assistance or help to a couple or an individual who was in great need. And he could have them in his office and sit across the table from them, and at the end of the conference explain to them that he thought he could help them and see the relief that was on their face. This quote has always made a great impression upon me in the practice of law. In that vein, I received a telephone call from the pro bono committee of the J. Reuben Clark Law Society here in Los Angeles, asking me if I could help with an immigration problem. A bishop had referred a couple that he said were in need and were worthy, and asked if the society could provide immigration assistance. Since I've provided immigration services for quite a while, I volunteered to do this. It was a couple that had been recently married. They were not young, they were perhaps in their 40s or maybe even their early 50s. The wife was undergoing chemotherapy. The husband, a returned missionary, had served in the United States. He was born in Kenya, was a British citizen, and had come into the United States shortly after he completed his mission, and simply stayed here. And of course his documents had expired, and for the last 20 years or so he had no documents, and therefore he wasn't able to obtain really optimal employment. He did some freelance and small jobs, but he had never made much of a living. He didn't have a social security number, so he was severely limited in what he could do. And now they were newly married. The wife had large medical expenses from the chemotherapy, and they'd gone to the bishop. I was able to help them to obtain the husband's permanent residence visa. The thing that stood out in my mind, it took a little while. They didn't have all the necessary documents, and the church actually assisted them in paying the filing fees. But at the end of the process, it was a great relief to them to know that now the husband could accept employment and that he was actually here in the United States and didn't have to worry about being deported or other severe consequences of the law. It was a great joy to me to be able to help them and to know that just the day after the interview, the final interview where he was told that he would receive his permanent residence, he was able to obtain employment with a large corporation because now he had employment authorization. Now he could work legitimately in the United States. And it seemed that they were on the path to a better life. I think this is the joy of pro bono service, to help people who would not otherwise be able to receive adequate legal assistance. It gave me a warm feeling that I enjoy even this day, and I know that I've received rewards many times the time that it took me to perform this service.